Hello children. In today's video we are going to learn the fifth unit of our Honeysuckle textbook, that is a different kind of school. In this story, the school is of a different kind. How it is different? What are the methods that are followed in this school that author has visited? Now we'll see. A different kind of school. I had heard a great deal about Miss Beam's school, but not till last week did the chance come to visit it. Here, writer says that he had heard a great about that school. And whose school was it? It was Miss Beam's school. Miss Beam was an authority of the school. He may be the principal or he may be an authority who was running the school. But not till last did the chance come to visit it. Means here he heard before last week. Okay, but last week he got chance to visit the same school, visit that school. When I arrived, there was no one in sight but a girl about 12. Her eyes were covered with a bandage, and she was being led between flower beds by the little boy, who was about 4 years younger. She stopped, and it looked like she asked him who had come. He seemed to be describing me to her. Then they passed on. See here. So when the author went there, the author says that when I arrived, there was no one in sight. Means when he went there, when he reached there in the school, there he did not find anyone but a girl about 12 years old. He saw a girl who was about 12 years old, and her eyes were covered with a bandage. And he saw the girl, her eyes were covered with a bandage, and she was being laid carefully between the flower beds by a little boy. And the bandaged girl, means the girl whose eyes were covered with bandage, that girl was led by. Here led by means she was just accompanied by a little boy towards the flower beds. The boy also, who was about 4 years younger, means around 4 years younger than the girl. Suppose the girl was around 12 years old, then what will be the age of the boy? He was 4 years younger, means here he was about 8 years old. Then she stopped, as if she felt something. So she stopped, and it looked like she asked him who had come. He seemed to be describing me to her. Then they passed on. Here, 1 second. Okay. So here she stopped. The girl stopped, and as if she was asking the boy that who is there. So he was describing, the boy was describing that a person is before them, and after their conversation they passed on. They went from that place. Miss Beam was all that I had expected, a middle-aged, full of authority, yet kindly and understanding. Her hair was beginning to turn grey. She had the kind of plump figure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. I asked her some questions about her teaching methods, which I had heard were simple. So here, when the author went there, he met to Miss Beam, and as he expected, that she was middle-aged woman, full of authority. Means she was the authority. She may be the principal or the governing body of the school, and yet she was kindly and understanding. Means she was very quiet, and she could understand, or she could easily understand others' feeling. Her hair was beginning to turn grey. Means she was middle-aged woman, and that's why her hair was started turning grey. And she had kind of plump figure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. And she was in such a she had such a figure that the homesick child may feel comfort before her. Okay, she was like a motherly woman. So the homesick child may feel comfortable before her or with her. So the author asked her some questions here. And what did he ask? He asked about the teaching methods which were continued in the school. So she told, when Miss Beam told about the teaching methods which she carried in the school, she continued in the school. Right, is that the teaching methods were very simple. Next paragraph. No more than is needed to help them to learn how to do things. Simple spelling, adding, subtracting, multiplying and writing. The rest is done by reading to them and by interesting talks, during which they have to sit still and keep their hands quiet. There are practically no other lessons. Here again she says, she says that no more than is needed to help them to learn how to do things. Means we do not need to teach them how to learn, but we have to just teach them how to do things. Okay, what are the simple things there? Like simple spellings, adding, subtracting, multiplying and writing. All these simple things we have to just tell them how to do those things. The rest is done by the reading to them, and other rest of the things, the remaining things are done by only reading before, by interesting talks. And during those talks and all the activities, the children sit still and keep their hands quiet. So there are practically no other lessons. Means here when you talk and the children listen only, practically the lesson is not going on. Okay, so the real aim of this school is not so much to teach thought as to teach thoughtfulness, kindness to others and being responsible citizens. Look out of the window a minute, will you? The says that the real aim of this school is not so much to teach thought. Means we do not teach them to think or the thought. These thoughts we have to learn and we have to act according to that. But she says that we teach them thoughtfulness. Okay, to act accordingly. Means kindness to others. These are the actual facts. She says that, Miss Beam says that we teach them thoughtfulness, that is kindness to others and being responsible citizens. Means they should not only think but they should act according to that. And again she says that just look at the window. Then I went to the window which overlooked a large garden and playground at the back. What do you see? Miss Beam asked. So when the author went towards the window and he saw something different. So he saw that a large garden was there and some children were playing there. She said some children were there in the garden. So she asked, what do you see there? He replied, I see some very beautiful grounds. I said, and a lot of jolly children. It pains me, though, to see that they are not all so healthy and active looking. When I came in, I saw one poor little girl being laid about. She has some trouble with her eyes. Now I can see two more with the same difficulty. And there is a girl with a crutch watching the others at play. She seems to be a hopeless cripple. See here, when she asked, what do you see? Then here the author replies that I see some very beautiful grounds. Means he says that there is a beautiful ground and lots of jolly children, happy children. And it pains me. He says it made me sad. It pains me. Here pains me means here something that sad feeling. So he says it made me sad. What was that incident that made him sad? Though to see that they are not all so healthy and active. He said I feel that all the children, they are not healthy, they are not sound, they are not active looking, and that this thing pains me, these things make me sad. When I came in, I saw one poor little girl being laid about. So he says that when he entered the school campus, he saw a girl around 12 years old and she had some problems with her eyes. So she has some trouble with her eyes, and now I can see two more with the same difficulty. He says that I saw one girl there, but now I can see few more girls or few more students of same difficulty, same problems. And there is a girl with a crutch watching others play, and I can see that there is a girl who has a crutch, means who has some problem in her legs, and she is looking at the other boys, other children, those who are playing. She seems to be hopeless cripple, and I feel that the girl who is in crutches may be feeling that she is something different than others, and she is unable to do all the normal things like other children. So Miss Beam laughed. "Oh no," she said, "she is not really lame. This is only her lame day. The others are not blind either. It is only their blind day." So here Miss Beam laughed when the author said that he feels very sad by seeing those children, their difficulties. Then Miss Beam laughed at him and said, "Oh no, she is not really lame. That girl is not really lame. She is not. She does not have difficulty with her legs. She is not lame. This is only her lame day. So today she is only following. She is only just practicing the lame day. The others are also not blind either. So other children, those who you found, they had some problems with their eyes, but they are also not blind. It is only their blind day. So today they are following their blind day. They are practicing blind day." I must have looked very surprised, for she laughed again, and I was just surprised. I must have looked surprised when Miss Beam laughed at him again. This is a very important part of our system to make our children appreciate and understand misfortune. We make them share in information too. Each term, every child has one blind day, one lame day, deaf day, one injured day, and one dumb day. During the blind day, their eyes are bandaged absolutely and they are on their own not to peep. The bandage is put on overnight so they will be blind. This means that they need help with everything. Other children are given the duty of helping them and leading them. Here, Ms. Beam says that this is very important part of system. What is that important part? To make the children appreciate and understand in a misfortune. This is main part, or this is the important part. What is the important part? To appreciate the children and to understand, to make them understand about misfortune. What will happen in future we do not know. So we must be ready for everything which will arrive in our fortune, arrive in our future. So we make them share in misfortune. So means we are making them ready for any misfortune that comes in life. Each term, so here now she discusses everything. Each term, every child has one blind day. In each term, every child has one blind day, one lame day, one deaf day, one injured day, and one dumb day. So in every term, they have to practice one day of these kind of difficulties. Practicing these types of difficulties, like one day he has to she has to cover her eyes or his eyes and behave like a blind person. One day lame day, one day deaf day, or one day dumb day and injured day also. During the blind day, their eyes are bandaged absolutely and they are on their honor not to peep. So on blind day, they have to just cover their eyes, and for a whole day they have to behave like a blind person, and it is up to their honesty. Okay, we feel that they are honest and they do not peep. So the bandage is put on overnight, so they wake before night, overnight, all the night their eyes are covered with bandage, and when they get up, they wake up as a blind person. So what does this mean? This means that they need help for everything on that day. So other children are given the duty of helping those children, okay, those who are blind on that day, and leading them about. So every time other children will help them. So they all learn so much this way, both the blind and the blind child who has covered his or her eyes, so he practices the blind day. She learns what is the difficulty of blind people, and the other children, they learn how to help others and take care of others. There is no misery about it, Miss Beam continued. Everyone is very kind, and it is really something of a game. Before the day is over, though, even the most thoughtless child realizes what misfortune is. So here Miss Beam says that there is no misery about it. We should not feel we should not feel bad about that, but everyone is very kind. So that everybody here is very kind, and it is really something of a game. And whatever we are following these games, these are activities, these activities we conduct in our school, these are nothing but games. Before the day is over, though even the most thoughtless child realizes what misfortune is, and during these practice days, whether the child is practicing any day or if he is helping others, he learns at the evening, that he must help others. He realizes the difficulties, he realizes the challenges in life. The blind day is of course really the worst, but some of the children tell me the dumb day is the most. We cannot bandage the children's mouth, so they really have to exercise their willpower. Come into the garden and see for yourself how the children feel about it. So again he says that the blind day, we feel that the blind day is of course very difficult to follow, to practice. It is worst one, very difficult to follow or to practice. But some of the children tell that dumb day is most difficult. We feel that blind day is difficult, but some children they feel that dumb day is most difficult, because we cannot bandage the children's mouth. So the children, they have to exercise on their own. They have to just keep their mouth shut for whole day, and that is, they feel that is most difficult task for them. And again Miss Beam says him to come into the garden and see how the children are playing, how they feel. So Miss Beam led one of the bandaged girl. Here is a gentleman come to talk to you, and left. So again took Writer toward the children, and she took him to a girl, and she told, here is a gentleman come to talk to you, and she left. She just introduced him that there is a man who wants to talk with you, and she went out. She went towards her office. Then the girl, he asked, don't you ever peep? I asked the girl. Oh no, she exclaimed, that would be cheating, but I had no idea it was so awful to be blind. You can't see a thing. You feel you are going to be hit by something every moment. It's such a relief just to sit down. But when the author asked her, don't you ever peep? Then she replied, no, of course not. It would be cheating. So I do not peep out. I do not peep. So there is no, I have no idea. It was so awful to be blind. She said, I don't have idea, because every moment she feels that she is going to hit with something or to some objects. So she says that we have to rely on others. Okay, otherwise we have to just sit down and at one place. Are your helpers kind to you? I asked. Then she replied. Then he asked that, are the other helpers, those who are with you, they are helpful to you? They are kind? She says, yes, fairly, but they are not as careful as I shall be when it is my turn. Those that have been blind are the best helpers. Perfectly ghastly to see. I wish I would try. So she says, yes, fairly, they are helping, they are kind, but they are not so kind, because they will not be as kind as me. They are not as kind as me, because when I will take care of others, I know that what are the difficulties of blind people, so I may help the others, those who will follow blind day, I'll help them more carefully. So she says, shall I lead you anywhere? I asked. Then he asked, shall I take you somewhere? She said, oh yes. She said, let's go for a little walk. Only you must tell me about things. I shall be so glad when today is over. The other bad days can't be half as bad as this. Having a leg tied up and hopping about on a crutch is almost fun, I guess. Having an arm tied up is a bit more troublesome, because you can't eat without help, and things like that. I don't think I'll mind being deaf for a day, at least not much, but being blind is so frightening. My head aches all the time just from worrying that I will get hurt. Where are we now? So here the child is now replying. The child is talking. Author here. What does the child is talking? The child says, the girl says that just you talk, we'll together. You should not tell me everything. Just don't ask. You just tell. So she says that I will be so glad when today is over. Here, when today today I am practicing blind day, so I will be very glad when I did my activity successfully. Again she says that the other bad days can't be half as bad as this. Which other days, they are not half bad as this day, as blind day. Having a leg tied up and hopping about on a crutch is almost fun, I guess. Again she says that if I follow the lame day, that is a fun for me. Okay, having an arm tied up is a bit for a troublesome, like injured day. Having an arm tied up is more troublesome, but this blind day is the worst one, because you can't eat without help. When you are following injured day, having the arm tied, that is also a fun, but that time also that also makes you trouble, because you cannot eat by yourselves, you have to take help of others and things like that. I don't think I'll mind being deaf for a day, at least not much. So again she said deaf day is also very challenging, but being blind is so frightening. She says that all the days are fun, sometimes they are troublesome, but being blind is the most frightening day. My head aches all the time just from worrying that I'll get hurt. Where are we now? Then she says that I feel all the time that I'm going to get hurt by hitting something. She said, now where are we? In the playground, I said. We are walking towards the house, Miss Beam. He says that we are in the playground and we are walking towards the house. Miss Beam is walking up and down the garden with a tall girl, he says. Oh, what is the girl wearing? My little friend asked. So the little girl who was with a writer, she asked, what is the girl wearing? Then the author replied, a blue cotton skirt and a pink blouse. Oh, then he replied, the girl is wearing a blue cotton skirt and a pink blouse. Then she replied, I think it's Millie. She said, what color is her hair? Very light. I said, yes, that's Millie. She is the head girl. So here she understood that who is that girl. She asked that who is that? Okay, what kind of clothes the girl has wore? Then he said this blue skirt and pink blouse. So she said, I think she is Millie. And again she asked what kind of hair she has. Then she said very light. Then she confidently said that is Millie and she is a head girl. There is an old man tying up roses, I said. Again he said there is an old man who is tying up the roses plants. Yes, that's Peter. He is the gardener. He is hundreds of years old. And then she says that man is gardener. He is Peter and he is hundreds of years old. And here comes a girl with a curly red hair. She is on crutches. That's Anita, she said. Then again writer says, oh, here is a girl with a curly hair and she is on crutches. Again that girl replies, the girl which was with him, she says that's Anita. And so we walked on. Gradually I discovered that I was 10 times more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. Then here writer says that when we walked on and at last I found that I was 10 times more thoughtful, means I was more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. Means he did not think about his thoughtfulness. He was so thoughtful. And I also realized that if I had to describe people and things to someone else, it made them more interesting to me. When I finally had to leave, I told Miss Beam that I was very sorry to go. Then when the time came to go back, the author says that he does not want to go back because he learned many things from the school. He has understood that this is the right way to teach the children. The children should not learn only read and write, but they should learn how to be thoughtful and how to help others. The activity based learning should be there, so that the students will help others. The things which are related to actual life, these things can be done practically, not only and to just understand it. Then she replied, then there is something in my system after all. And then he said, oh, I'm very impressed by your work, I'm impressed by these activities. Then at last Beam says, oh, thank you very much, something I'm doing well. So she said that, oh, it means I'm doing something and our system, my school, is doing something good thing. So here our lesson comes to end here. The lesson is very nice. If you learn, there are days followed by every children. These difficult days, they follow lame day, of deaf day, dumb day, again blind day. So in these situations, how to deal with others and how to help others, the children learn these types of things. I hope you have understood this lesson, and if there is any problem, you can ask me on WhatsApp. We'll see next lesson in next video. Till then, bye bye.